Tonight, a 40-year-old mystery is partially solved. Thank you for joining us on CBS 19 News at 10. I'm Jesus Martinez. Take a look at your screen right now. This is Sindy Gina Crow. This is who investigators say is the person whose remains were found years ago, discovered by crews working on the interstate. A nonprofit helped Smith County investigators in identifying her. Our Dan Malay joins us in studio now to break down all the details of this nearly 4-decade-old case. Dan, this nonprofit played a big role in identifying Sindy today.
Yeah, absolutely, Jesus. And this was an interesting case. This all started on October 1st, 1985, when human remains were discovered by TxDOT crews along Interstate 20 east of Highway 69. Now, almost 40 years later, the remains have been identified as Sindy Gina Crow. Her last known address was in Arlington, Texas. The discovery was made possible due to the Sheriff's Office's partnership with the DNA Doe Project, a nonprofit that helps law enforcement identify unknown remains through DNA ancestry searches. Smith County Sheriff Larry Smith gave much of the credit to Detective David Turner, who's been pursuing this case from the day Sindy's remains were found.
The family is glad to find some closure in it, I'm sure. And again, I can tell you, he has been after me forever for the last several years. Ever since I've been here going on 12 years. Sheriff, I need some more money. I need another grant. I need this or that to further pursue to try to get the remains identified.
In 2021, the Sheriff's Office partnered with the DNA Doe Project. Sindy's DNA, who at the time investigators just called Jane Doe, was sent to a lab out in California. And this past November, investigators finally found what they believed to be a lead in identifying the victim. It was an emotional day for everyone involved, but nobody breathed a bigger sigh of relief than Turner.
I mean, I've always said before I pass through the gates, I want to identify. So, feels good, you know. Thank goodness for the DNA Doe Project. I keep on saying, I can't thank them enough. You know?
Sheriff Smith added that the next thing on the agenda for the office is to finally provide a proper burial for Crow, but he adds that moving forward, the Sheriff's Office will turn its attention toward trying to decipher how Crow may have died. Sheriff Smith said the case was determined to be a homicide because her clothes were piled next to her body, but figuring out how she died could prove to be difficult just based on the decay of Sindy's body.